Good afternoon friends, welcome back. Now I have drawn the graph of the displacement of a damped oscillator with respect to time t, and the equation for this, as we have written, xt equal to a e to the power minus bt upon 2m into cos omega dash t plus phi. Now if you draw the graph, you see this is time axis and this is displacement and this is 0. Now you can see the graph, the amplitude. You see this is the amplitude which is represented by A. You see the amplitude keeps on decreasing. Amplitude goes on decreasing. How is this amplitude goes on decreasing? It is given by this factor, A e raised to power minus bt by 2m. So if you just note down this, the peak values of amplitude, just go on pointing out the peak values of amplitude and just draw. The amplitude is decreasing exponentially. Amplitude is decreasing exponentially. From here also you can just see amplitude is decreasing exponentially. So the outline which I have drawn is about the amplitude. So amplitude of the damped oscillator, is equal by a e to the power minus bt upon 2m. So exponentially decreasing amplitude. Exponentially decreasing amplitude. Okay. Now you see the angular frequency. I will write the equation for angular frequency. So direct result is there. There is no derivation for this. Angular frequency, earlier it was having square root of k by m. Now it is square root of k by m minus b square by 4m square. Square root of k by m minus b square by 4m square. So this is the actual angular frequency of a damped oscillator, which you can see that it is now decreasing. So that is evident from the graph. Now even the equation for one can write the equation for energy. You see, energy of a damped oscillator. Energy of a damped oscillator is also not constant. Earlier, the energy of a simple harmonic oscillator, if you remember, it was half k a square, which was proved to be constant. This is the mechanical energy of simple harmonic motion. Mechanical energy of simple harmonic motion of the body is constant. We have proved that potential energy plus kinetic energy of an oscillating body is always constant, and we got half k a square as the total mechanical energy of a simple harmonic motion. But here for damped oscillator, as you see, the amplitude is going on decreasing. Same thing we can write down, half k into a. This a is a e raised to minus bt upon 2m. Therefore, energy of the oscillator now it becomes function of time t, which is going to be decreasing exponentially. Decreasing exponentially. Half k a e raised to minus bt, half k a square. Square of this, half k a square, square of this, a square into e raised to minus bt upon 2m is already there. So square of that, it becomes minus 2bt upon 2m, minus 2bt upon 2m. So 2 cancels. Therefore, energy of a damped oscillator now it is exponentially decreasing. Half k a square into e to the power of minus bt upon m, minus bt upon m, because 2 cancels. So this implies that the energy is also decreasing. Exponentially. So what is happening? So energy of a simple harmonic oscillator never decreases because it is always keeping constant. But because of damping effect, because of air resistance, viscous drag, and the frictional forces, which we call them as dissipative forces, the energy is lost against these dissipative forces in the form of dissipative energy. Dissipation of energy takes place in the form of heat, right? And in what way it is lost is understood with the help of this equation. This is the equation for energy of an oscillator. Okay. Then how to have the sustained oscillations? The question arises, how to have the sustained oscillations, how to have the oscillations of a swing, for example, to have same constant amplitude. Then we learn about forced oscillations. Okay, this is about what is known as damped oscillations. Now we are learning forced oscillations. It's all common experience for all of us. We are all enjoyed in the oscillations of a swing. Okay, when you sit in the swing, if you take a leap, initially the oscillations will be of small amplitude. Then what will you do? You will go on pressing the ground. Every time when the swing comes near the ground, you press the ground and take a leap. Then what happens? The amplitude increases. Again when it comes back, again you will press the ground and take a greater leap. So every time when you press the ground, you are taking a greater and greater leap, greater and greater swing of oscillation. Otherwise, you will take the help of your friend. You will tell him to push. Every time when the swing comes to him, he will push you. So there is an external force, and this force is going to be a periodic force. Every time when the swing comes to the person who is standing there, he will apply the force. As a result, what happens? The swing oscillates with almost maximum displacement. I think you got the point. Once you leave applying external force, then what happens? Because of the friction in the point of support of the rope, and because of the air resistance, because of the viscous drag of the air, the swing oscillations eventually decrease, eventually die out, and the swing comes to halt. This is our common experience. At what rate the oscillations are decreasing? At what rate the amplitude is decreasing? At the same rate, if an external force is applied, which is periodical external force, the friend is standing there itself. He doesn't come along with you. Whenever the swing comes to him, he will apply the force. Exactly when it comes, he will apply the force. After one complete revolution, after one complete oscillation, it comes to him, he will apply the force. So we are applying a periodic force. So such oscillations which are required to have sustained oscillations, to have constant amplitude or maximum amplitude, are called as driven oscillations or forced oscillations. I think you got the point. What is the meaning of forced oscillations? The natural oscillations which are taking place in the surrounding medium are the damped oscillations. In order to have the same constant amplitude without any dying, without any loss of such amplitude, if you want to have sustained oscillations with a constant amplitude, then we need to take external force. So when we apply the external force on an oscillating swing, then the swing oscillates with almost maximum displacement with constant amplitude without any decrease in amplitude. Such oscillations are called as such oscillations are called as forced oscillations. So forced oscillations are also very, very important. Let us learn about forced oscillations and what is the equation for forced oscillation. Okay. When a system like a simple pendulum swing is kept for oscillations it oscillates simple harmonically with its own frequency. It oscillates with its own frequency called as natural frequency. Either we call it as a nu naught or omega naught. Omega naught for angular frequency, nu naught for natural frequency, nu naught or omega naught, nu naught for linear frequency. Okay. So any oscillating body, when it is kept for oscillations, it has its own number of oscillations per second. It is called as natural frequency. But because of damping effect, what happens? The frequency changes, the oscillations eventually die out. At what rate these oscillations are decreasing? At the same rate if external force is applied. If a periodic external force F naught is applied, to maintain a constant frequency. To maintain a constant frequency and constant amplitude, then such oscillations are called driven oscillations or forced oscillations. They are called as driven oscillations or forced oscillations. Otherwise, the oscillator will have its own natural frequency, and due to damping effect, the frequency alters, the frequency goes on changing, decreasing. Finally, the oscillating body comes to halt because of damping effect. But at what rate it is decreasing? Its frequency. At the same rate, if you go on applying the external periodic force, then the oscillator completes oscillation and maintains a constant amplitude with particular frequency, and such oscillations are called as forced oscillations or driven oscillations. That is what we are now learning, forced oscillations. Now, here the equation for the external force external periodic force, it should be periodic. External periodic force F naught will represent it as F naught, because Fd we already used it for damping force. If you remember earlier, Fd we already used it for damping force, so we will use the term F naught for external periodic force, which is helpful for driving the oscillations, right? F naught, if it is given by an equation A cos omega naught mu naught T plus phi. Then this becomes the periodic force F naught omega D. So we write this frequency as omega D, where omega D is the angular frequency of driven oscillations, angular frequency of forced oscillations, or angular frequency of the force which we are applying, and phi is the phase constant, and A is the amplitude which we want, constant amplitude. Now earlier we had used the equation, if you remember, MA plus BB plus KX equal to 0. Now this 0 has to be substituted by the external force. So this was the equation for, if you remember, this was the equation for damped oscillations. Damped oscillations. Now I am writing the equation for driven oscillations, that is forced oscillations. Same equation, MA plus BB plus KX must be equal to the force, because we are applying the external force. Earlier there was no force, external force. Now we are applying the external force, that is given by F naught. F naught. So if you write it once again, it becomes m d square x by dt square plus b dx by dt plus kx is equal to a cos omega dt plus phi. Yes, now you can see the angular frequency is no more the earlier angular frequency omega, now it is omega d. Okay, this is t plus phi. So this becomes the equation for driven oscillations. This is the equation of forced oscillations. Equation for forced oscillations or driven oscillations. Now we can write out what is the solution for this. As we had a solution earlier, it was exponentially decreasing amplitude. Now we will not have that exponentially decreasing amplitude. Amplitude is going to be constant amplitude because we are using the external periodic force. Okay, and then we will get the solution. There is a small correction here. We have assumed the external periodic force to be equal to F naught equal to A cos omega t. Let us assume that the phase is 0. So the equation becomes simple. So A cos omega t, where omega d is the angular frequency of driven oscillations, and we can assume that phase constant phase is 0. There is no harm in assuming that phase constant phase is 0. So here the A is the amplitude of this frequency of amplitude of this periodic force, right? Now the equation becomes MA, same equation, MA plus BB plus KX equal to F naught, right hand side. So this equation becomes simple now. It's not as here it becomes A cos omega d t. So this becomes the right hand side. Same equation, A cos omega d t. This becomes the right hand side. Now solution of this we are going to write. Okay, let us write the solution of this. Now the solution of this equation m d square x by dt square plus b dx by dt plus kx equal to cos omega dt. The direct solution, there is no method here that we are going to follow. Direct solution we are taking. Result x equal to a cos omega dt plus phi, where a is the amplitude, where a is the amplitude of the driven oscillations or forced oscillations, which is given by f naught upon square root of omega d minus square root of m into omega d minus omega naught, m square into omega d square minus omega naught square plus omega d square b square. Omega d square b square. The direct result we are taking. We are not going into the details of this solution. Directly result we are taking and discussing the impact. Square root of m square omega square minus omega d square. Omega naught square minus omega d square. Okay. Whole square. Into omega d square b square, and phi, the phase relation phi also has a result that is given by minus v naught upon omega d x naught. So you need not worry about these equations in detail, you just think about the amplitude. The amplitude of the driven oscillations are depending on two frequencies. One is the natural frequency of oscillator, second one is the driving frequency of the external force. Okay, driving frequency of the external force. Omega d is the frequency of external periodic force. So the amplitude depends on these two frequencies, and thus we will be able to determine the graph. So based on this, we are going to study two results. What happens when omega naught is almost equal to omega d? And we look at this equation. When omega naught is almost equal to omega d, or if the external driving force has a frequency equal to natural frequency of oscillations of the oscillator, then omega naught minus omega d becomes 0. This equal to this means this bracket becomes 0. Then amplitude becomes square root of omega d b. Amplitude becomes omega d into b, f naught upon omega d b. As a result, what happens? The amplitude becomes huge. It becomes very large. So that is what we are learning it as resonance, condition of resonance. That's what we are defining it as resonance. So after learning this meaning of forced oscillations and driven oscillations, we are coming to a very important phenomenon called as resonance, which we will cover it in the next video. Thank you. Have a nice day.